Hello, welcome to DNKS Legacy Productions. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with us. And before you leave, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons so you can, and the notification bell so you can get notifications when we put out new videos. So today's video is going to be about our workflow using the ATEM Mini Extreme and vMix video production software. And right after this intro, we'll get started. All right, now what we want to talk about is how we make our videos. And I'm sorry for looking away, but I'm controlling everything, so I have to see what I'm doing. And actually, I've done some things to try to make it so I don't have to look away, but I really do. So let's do this. All right, now you're seeing pictures. You're seeing me and pictures of the whole setup. This is the super source. So all three cameras are on, and because the ATEM Mini Extreme has super sources, I can bring up a picture of what is going on. And actually, let me move over a little bit so that you can see actually that picture in the background is actually being generated by that computer there. And that's the picture, and it's going into the ATEM, and that's creating the key and fill pattern for the background for the super source. So that's how we do that. You can actually get that from wherever you want, but that's how we're doing it today. So the computer runs vMix video production software, and the ATEM switcher is a video production switcher. So they both do a lot of the same things. And let's see, I think I have it up. Yep, this is a picture of the software control for the switcher. You'll see it has the program and preview switching, all of the keys for the transitions, the DSK1 and DSK2. For example, I can put DSK1, well, actually it doesn't really, I can't do it now because, well, I can do it now, but you won't see the difference because I'm actually have the DNKS LP logo already showing up, but this logo, if you see it just disappeared, is being run by vMix right now. I can also run it through, if I go back to the pictures, I can also run it through the ATEM. This xKeys, I forgot how many, 70 something keys, whatever it is. This xKeys controls the ATEM, the ATEM Mini Extreme. This smaller xKeys controls the vMix software. I can turn on, let's see, which one of these is on? DSK1 is on right now, coming through the ATEM. I can turn that off. Actually, here's DSK. Oh, I had that on there too. DSK2 is on the same one. So don't worry about that now. But DSK, I'm turning it, the downstream keyer is coming on and off um, with the ATEM. They have kind of different terminology because this is done through the downstream keyers, and on the vMix it's done, it's called overlays. So it's basically the same thing. You're overlaying the graphics over the image. Um, they just call it an overlay in vMix. You hit the downstream keyer in the ATEM to put the overlay on, but it's doing the same thing. Um, but I have much more versatility, and I'll show you. Oh, wait a minute. Got to remember where I am. I'm going to show you with the graphics. I'm kind of limited. I can make pretty nice graphics, put whatever in here I want. And for example, I'll put this over here, and then let's go back to the camera, and then I can hit the DSK key, downstream keyer key, and bring that picture up. So you can do a lot with the graphics that they give you with the ATEM, but you'll see it only has 20 different graphics inputs that you can have. There are some other limitations, and it's harder to make the graphics. You actually have to know a graphics program. I use Photoshop and Illustrator. I use Adobe products to make my graphics. For the actually I use it to make the graphics for the ATEM and vMix, but vMix also has its own graphics software to make graphics for the vMix software, and that's actually how I made these overlays that I'm getting ready to show you now. These are just a couple of the different overlays I have. It makes it easier to make more complex graphics easier than with the ATEM products. The ATEM is much better at switching the cameras, doing things like the super source, which you're watching right now. I can change that quickly and easily because I have my main camera queued up into the preview screen for the ATEM, so I can switch my camera angles and show you a different camera view while also still using the same overlay. And I can change to a different overlay. So there's just a whole lot more that you can do with using this. And then I can go push another button, go right back to my super sources. Now you can see what I'm doing here. I'm not touching in fact, let me show you. Change the cameras, and I'm not touching the ATEM at all. So the xKeys with the ATEM works really well. That's fairly easy to set up. I have to give a shout out to Doug Johnson Productions. I use his what do you call him? His super source package, which has it is really nice because of the way it changes. It doesn't just cut. You can see it moving back and forth. But his super source package is really good. And once you watch his video on how to use it, setting it up with the xKeys is fairly easy. These are just some of the ones that I chose to use to set up my super sources for what I need. But and on the xKeys, I have pictures of all the different layouts. This is not like the Elgato stuff where you have the little miniature screens. Um, for the number of different things I want, I have more. It gives me more keys and more flexibilities to do the things that I want than the Elgato. And I don't know how well you can see it, but the keys light up in different colors, so I can tell what's on and what's not on with when I press a button. Like right now, I can go. Well, I don't want to do that. I know camera 1 is set up in my preview because that's lit up. None of these are lit up because I don't have any of these in the program view. One of my super sources is in the program view right now, so I don't have that. But setting this up took a little time, but it gives me a lot more flexibility, and then I can run everything with the push of a button. And then let's go here, and then let's go to camera 2. And that's a wipe that I can put in with that wipe is being run from the ATEM. Okay, I'm going to go back to a super source picture, and then this wipe is being run. That's not a wipe. Did I just program that one? No, I didn't program that wipe. That stinger, these stingers, this stinger is being run from vMix. So between vMix and the super source, the super motion super source, I forget what he calls it, but check out Doug Johnson Productions, and he has a super source package that you can use. You got to pay attention when he does the little to the video, and he shows you how to set it up, and shows you how to set it up with the xKeys and make it work. And it actually works pretty good, and as you can see in this picture. And then there's a lot of different videos you can watch to see how to set up the vMix software as well. There's setting up the vMix software is actually a pretty easy, because let's show you this. I'm gonna move this over here and then swap that, because in the vMix, let me show you real quick. Go in and hit shortcuts, and then I'm going to hit add, and then you hit find. And I'm not going to go all the way through this because these keys, all of these keys are already programmed. But then you press the key that you want, and then that you want to program, and then you go in and tell it what function you want it to do. So I'm going to get out of that. And it's the same thing if you want to, that was with the xKeys device. That's a MIDI device. But it's the same thing if you want to, you hit find, if you want to make one of the keys on your keyboard. That's, I press the O, press the P, press F8, whatever key you want to make a shortcut to, that will be the shortcut, and then you go and tell it what function. Like if you wanted to make a cube zoom, you tell it what function you want it to be, and L would end up being a cube zoom. So setting up controls for, if you don't have an xKeys, for example, have a bunch of keyboard controls. So a lot of the same stuff I can do with my xKeys, I can do also with shortcut keys that I set up for the keyboard. So depending on the type of event that I'm doing, I don't have to move this back over here and change that. I don't have to have my xKeys to control vMix without using the mouse. I can still use everything with the press of a key or press of a button. So that makes running the show pretty pretty easy. Oh, and then I'm gonna change this back over here one more time so I can show you something else. Because like right here, which also makes this a little bit easier than running your graphics from the ATEM. I have all of my graphics in here set up. And once I set up my shortcuts, I don't even need to look at those anymore. I know what the keys are on my I know what the keys are on the xKeys. I made labels for it, so I know what it's controlling. So I don't even need to look at them anymore. But you can see I have a better view of all the different graphics and the things. Like here, my two stingers. This is showing, that's my desktop view. This is my main out for my when I do videos. The tickers, not tickers, but my overlays, the one with the ticker, and there's the one without the ticker, and all of my graphics are here and set up on keys. Actually, these two are on. This one is the one that's spinning right here, right now. Turn that off. You'll see it goes away. This whole thing is overlay 3. And then you can see overlay 2 come on and go off, and then that's the main channel bug. So, and then watch, I'm not going to do it with a mouse. I'm going to hit the button. Actually, you can, okay, I'll get out of the way. You can see me. I'm going to push the button, and then it automatically fades. I can also cut it back and forth. I can do a cube zoom. All of hit my closing credits, hit my opening. Everything is pretty much, and then I can go right back to the main shot. Everything is pretty much programmed into the xKeys, so that everything is controlled from, let me go back. Everything is controlled from these panels, so that let's see. Trying to see which one will give you a better view. No, I don't like that. I want into, yeah, I can control all of the X keys from there. And let me give you a close-up shot of the, give you a close-up shot of the xKeys panel. And you see, this is controlling the camera, so I'm changing that shot. And then and now you can see that all of my keys are labeled and they light up. So you can see we're on camera too. This is the program row, that's the preview row. I have the I don't have a camera in preview, so there's no camera lit up in preview, only the one in program. I'm using DVE for switching, that's why when I hit it, oh, I hit the wrong one. When I hit the auto, the wipe with the logo comes through the stinger. So everything is labeled so that I can easily tell what layout. For example, on the super source keys is going to come up, and I can turn on my downstream keyer and turn it off. And well, you can't really see it because I have it on and off. Yeah, so let me turn off overlay 1, and then let's see if, there we go. So I'm going to put it back on. All right, so this was just a quick, I don't know how long this actually took, so hopefully this was just a quick video of kind of showing you what the workflow is with between the ATEM Mini and vMix and how it actually works. And just to let you know how the just to let you see what the workflow is and let you see that they work very well together, and actually they complement each other, in my opinion. This is the work. It's not the same exact workflow, but this is pretty much the workflow that I put together that works. I use it at my church. I use it in all of my remote systems, and I use it here in my studio. So it helps me to produce stuff in the way that the big video production companies or the TV news production company does things. If you watch the news, what I just put up is a similar lower third that you would see on the news at night. I can put anything in those boxes. This is modified for our production company, but I can put anything in those boxes just the way they do, and I can do it on the fly. It's kind of hard to do because then I would have to look away, but if I'm producing something for somebody else, I can change the words in there, the wording, what goes in there, logos, all of that kind of stuff. Here's one with the spinning logo and the time. I can change all of that stuff on the fly using vMix, and vMix makes it much easier to do than trying to do it in the Blackmagic software for the ATEM. So the ATEM is very good for switching the cameras, and it takes a lot of it reduces a lot of the processing power that you would need on a computer to run vMix and have it run all the camera angles and all the graphics and everything from one computer. It cuts down on some of the, well, it doesn't really cut down on the expense because of the price that you would have to pay for the computer. You're still buying the ATEM. I just think the ATEM, the hardware switching, is much more reliable than the computer. I also have, it also allows me to have a backup. Actually, let me show you. Let's go to, that's in camera 3. It also allows me, this is recording through the ATEM as well as the software, and the vMix software is recording. So I have a backup recording of everything I'm doing. So I have more than one recording of this video that we're making right now. And that's a fail. It gives me a fail safe. So if something happens with, and the ATEM Extreme can also stream. I can stream from the laptop. So it gives me a fail safe. So, and if it comes down to it and I have to do everything from the ATEM, I can. If I have to do everything from vMix, I can, because I also have other capture cards besides the ATEM. So it allows me to have backups. So if something happens, it doesn't stop the show. The show must go on, as they say, and we make a way to make the show go on. So let's go back to that main shot. Let's turn this overlay off, keep the channel bugged, and that's about it for now. This was just a brief look at our workflow. I hope you liked it, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And for now, I'm going to go back to this shot, and for now, so you can see me press the button. Let me widen this out now. Don't need to see that view. Okay, we're out for now, and here's the press of the button to give our closing credits. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.